Hey guys, it's your boy Milt. Welcome back to my channel. This time I'm doing a TV review, and the show is called 24. This show was released by Fox in 2001, and it went for about 9 seasons, and I want to say 2014 is when it ended. They also brought it back for a miniseries for about 14 episodes, which was cool. But this show stars Kiefer Sutherland. He plays the lead character, Jack Bauer, and his character, he works for the fictitious government of the United States, played in the show. And the agency that he works for is CTU, or the Counter-Terrorist Unit. And pretty much what the show is tackling terrorist attacks that are happening to the United States. But each season is one day, and each episode is an hour. So, for example, it'd be from 12 to 1 o'clock is episode 1. From 1 o'clock to 2 o'clock, it's episode 2. And how they shot this, it looked like it's done in real time. So it'd be like if I'm talking to someone now, and all of a sudden in California, it's whatever time it is over there, it shows that. And it showed like both frames of the camera doing that. I thought that was really cool. And seeing that real time aspect and how they made it look like they were doing it was awesome. But yeah, the positives about the show, and the reason why I like this show is because of the characters. The characters, man, they're well written for the most part. There's not really a weak character for maybe a select few. They do a good job at telling the story with these characters, and it does a good job at showing that, you know, there are consequences with these characters. And what I mean is Jack Bauer, who is played by Kiefer Sutherland, he does a lot of messed up things in the show, I have to say. He breaks a lot of laws, he breaks a lot of rules. Even though he's doing the best thing for the country and for the people he loves, there's always a consequence for it. You know, there's something that he'll do in season 1 that will affect him in season 3, or he'll do something in season 4 that will affect him in season 6. So I like how the show does that, and it really makes the show authentic. It doesn't play around, you know, and say, hey, you know, we're going to play with the crowd or play with the audience and make them stupid. Like, no, they know that we're not a dumb audience watching the show, and they know that, you know, we are paying attention. So I like that part about the show. I like that they keep us from, you know, they keep us in the dark. They make things, you know, mysterious for us, but also they don't pander to us in a way that we're stupid, you know. They lay it all out there and say, hey, this is what it is, accept it. Another thing I like about the show is the technology. Each season, you know, the technology evolves. You know, in the first season, it was 2001. So back in 2001, there was a lot of flip phones. The camera phones weren't the thing yet. They were starting to become a popular thing. The BlackBerries starting to become huge back in that time. And then as each season goes on, you see the technology upgrade. You see how, you know, modern technology gets infused with their offices and their company, and see how they battle terrorism with it. So that was cool to see that. Another thing I like about the show is the action. It was well choreographed. You know, a lot of it's practical stunts. I know Kiefer Sutherland, who's the main star, he did a lot of his stunts. And I want to say he was like in his early 30s when he started this show, and then when he ended it, he was like in his mid to late 40s. But he did most of his stunts, and it was really cool. There wasn't much CGI in the show, which is what I liked about it. You know, they kept it very minimal, and when it wasn't bad CGI. Another positive is just, I think I mentioned this, but the storytelling. The storytelling was great. You know, I didn't feel like I was lost. You know, now this show makes you pay attention, but it wasn't like, you know, an over-the-top story. You know, there's a lot of, you know, stuff that happens, but, you know, it doesn't keep you in the dark. And lastly, the political stuff that happens in the show. I really enjoyed that. I kind of like political thrillers and dramas and stuff like that, and I think that the show did a good job in mixing the politics and the action and the main story in it. So it was cool. It was nice to see that. Now for my negatives, I have a couple nitpicky things. I have to say, one of the actresses, her name is Elisha Cuthbert. She plays Jack Bauer's daughter. And the first 2 seasons, I didn't like her. I thought she was a weak character. I felt that they wrote her poorly. Even though she was playing a teenager, I was like, okay, but they made her so whiny and so complainy. I couldn't get into her, so it was just not my liking. Now she gets better as the seasons goes on, but she was kind of a weak point for me early in the couple seasons. I also have to say, and this is not my complaint. A couple of my buddies complain about this when they see the show. They're like, how come Jack Bauer never pees or never eats or never sleeps? And I tell them, like, dude, each episode is an hour of the day. Each season is a day. So we can go a day without eating. Now, can we go a day without pissing? I'm sure we could try, but it was going to hurt. Can we go a day without sleeping? Yeah. That's possible. But I have seen him eat in this show. This is a ridiculous complaint. I know. And it's not mine. It's a couple of my buddies, but I have to point it out. But yeah, he does eat throughout the show sometimes. Does he pee? I'm sure he pees during the commercial breaks, So that's just my, thing about it. But yeah, that's probably a negative about the show people may see. And another negative has to be some of the minor storylines intertwined within the season. What I mean is there's some political storylines that are great. There's some that aren't so great. There's some family drama stuff throughout the show that's great. There's some family drama stuff within the story that isn't great. So I think they could have tightened those storylines up a bit, or they could have gotten rid of some. That's just my thoughts about it. But overall, this show's great. I would grade this show as, simply go see this mofo. I mean, I have them. I have all the seasons on DVD. They're up here. I don't know if you can see them, but they're up here to my right. And I have all 9 seasons plus a 2-hour movie. I need to get the miniseries, but yeah, go buy them, dude. Get them on DVD or Blu-ray. I recommend you watching the show. This is one of these shows that you can binge on. You'll get hooked to the first 2 or 3 episodes and you want to never stop. Like seriously, you'll get that fastly hooked to the show. And I recommend anyone to watch it. So again, go see this mofo. Buy them on DVD or Blu-ray. It's a great show. So there you have it, folks. My review of 24, the TV series. What do you think about it? Have you seen 24? Are you going to see 24? Do you like the show? Do you not like the show? Leave your comment down below. Let's keep this conversation going. Like I always say, comment, like, and subscribe, people. Peace.
What up? Hey, shawty, what it is? What up? Hey, shawty, what it is? What up? Hey, shawty, what it is? Little buddy, what you want? Some violent